Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. How do you do today? I hope you all doing well. Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about projection. Projection is one of another defense mechanism. Defense mechanisms are a way for the mind to cope with stress or difficult feelings. Before we go to what is the projection, let me introduce myself. My name is Resa Zumiatko and I'm from Malikussaleh University. Okay, let's start with what is projection. Projection is a psychological defense mechanism in which individuals attribute characteristics they find unacceptable in themselves to another person. Let me just say that in another way, projection is a basic of self-protective defense and a process which affects how people understand one another. When we project, we put part of ourselves onto other people, usually to get rid of something objectionable. It is as if we are throwing a part of ourselves outward and casting it, like the image from a movie projector onto the other person. Okay, next slide is example. In this slide is example, but I will give another example that commonly occurs in daily life. OMG, she is so fat. There is example. In fact, you might have felt an immense sense of distaste and dislike for this person, when in fact this jargon is a protection mechanism fueling your own deeper body image issues. Likely you are deeply insecure about your own body and unconsciously project this loathing onto others. Okay, let's move on to three generally types of projection. First is narrative projection. It's the most common variety of projection and most clearly meets the definition of mechanism. In this type of projection, people may attribute feelings, motivations, or attitudes they find unacceptable in themselves to someone else. Second is complementary projections. Occurs when individuals assume others feel the same way they do. Third is complementary projection. It's the assumptions others people can do the same things as well as oneself. Next is why people do the projection. First is the belief you are a bad person if you are in the wrong. Second is defense comes naturally. Third is we have pride unless we don't want people to get mad at us. Okay, next slide is the problem with projection. First is projection make us feel superior to everyone else because it allows us to overlook our own faults and inadequacies while simultaneously honing in on what we perceive to be imperfect in others. Second is fail to address the underlying feelings themselves. As long as we continue to deny the existence of these feelings, there is no mechanism that can help us to tackle and overcome them. It is only when we accept they are a part of us that we can begin to work through them and eventually rid ourselves of them altogether. Okay, this is the last slide of my presentation today. How to stop projection? First is do some soul-searching. Look at your behavior and see if you tend to blame others for things you do or incorrectly assigns negative qualities to others. If you do, take note of it and move on. Second is ask someone who understands. Just make sure you are prepared to hear things you might not necessarily want to hear if you decide to do this. Remember that info can help you learn to stop projecting. Third is see a therapist. A good therapist can be one of the best tools for overcoming projection. They can help you to identify and address reasons why you are projection and give you tools to help you to stop projection. That's all I can say today, but I like to quickly recap the key points that projection is naturally things. Don't be stressed with your projection because it's your defense mechanism. Okay, don't be stressed. It's natural. If you have any questions regarding the focus of this presentation, please feel free to contact me at WhatsApp. Okay, let's end today's presentation with this quote from Francis Bacon that says, "Knowledge is power." That is all from me. Thank you so much for your attention. I would like to apologize if there is a mistake. I hope you have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.